Good morning, good morning. We're about to get this. Good morning, good morning. I'm not going to be able to see all of y'all. Let's get your chair over, babe. Well, let me turn mine around. Yo, we're trying to set this up to where y'all can see both of us. Which you can see us on my Instagram, but you can't see us. We might have to back up a little bit more.
You back up some more?
Yeah. And back up a little bit more so you guys can see us.
Yeah, steady to it.
All right.
Is that better?
Yeah, back up.
You gotta get your drink.
Can you guys hear us? I hope you can hear us. That's better.
I certainly hope so.
You can just scoot over.
Just towards you.
Yeah.
It's these chairs.
It's the chairs. It's the chairs.
We're trying to get comfortable with these chairs.
I'm going to do this.
I'm
going to do this. Okay. I'm going to turn my, there we go. There we go.
All right.
And then I'm going to turn your, there we go. There we go.
Yes. Okay, I think we got it now.
All right. Good morning, guys.
We got it.
So, there's a gnat flying around here. Kiana Robinson with Maria Archery. Good morning. It's Friday. It's Friday. Friday. Today's Friday.
And okay, so today is Friday. And we're
might have to speak a little bit so that they can hear us over the music a little bit.
Okay, so it's Friday, and we're getting, I guess we're coming out of our little staycation that we had right quick.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about kind of about some of our business plans that we do.
We were at breakfast.
We were at breakfast talking about us doing videos, us building businesses, us doing videos. I said doing videos, building businesses, building YouTube channels, and all those different things.
Yeah.
And what happens is a lot of people begin to ask questions about what we do and start giving suggestions. Say, you ought to do a video about this. You ought to do a video about that. You ought to talk about this. You ought to talk about that. And got to the point where I'm like, well, if you think that it should be shared,
you do the video.
Then you do the video. But the thing is, everybody have not gotten over the fear of doing a video, or the fear of believing in themselves enough to be out there and promoting themselves. And I know the way I was raised, we were raised to serve. We weren't really raised to put ourselves out there, market ourselves, push ourselves. Being raised in the church like I was, we were talking about, humble yourself, make sure you're humble, don't put yourself out there, don't boost yourself. So a lot of the marketing that we do and learn to do now has to do with a lot of getting over the fear of change, the fear of the thought processes, all those different things. But it is getting over that fear that helps you to be promoted. Yeah. It's getting over the fear that helps you to build your business acumen, your business mindset, and being say, hey, I can demand a certain fee, I can demand a certain price for my services, for my products. Getting over the fear.
Make sure people keep talking.
Getting over the fear is one of the biggest
things. Y'all hear us?
You have to do when you're starting your own business. Or trying to promote your own business. Right. You have to get over the fear of failure, the fear of trying, the fear of promoting, the fear of charging. Because sometimes starting out, you're like, well, I don't know how much I should charge. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that. I'm not sure. What if a person doesn't buy my product? What if a person doesn't buy my service? What if I'm charging too much? And what do I believe in myself enough, or the product I'm promoting, the service I'm promoting, to be able to push and say, listen, I'm going to charge this much. I'm not going to deviate from the prices. I'm not going to deviate. If you can't afford it, then you can't afford it. I'm not going to give you a whole lot of, going back and forth or whatever. Believing in yourself, basically. Right. Because you go to Walmart and you pay that price. You go to the hotel like we're in, you pay the price. Right. You go to the car dealership, you pay the price.
You go to the club, you pay their price.
You go to the club.
You go to the bar, you pay their price.
You pay their price.
You go get your hair done, nails done, you pay their price.
You pay their price, and you don't negotiate. But it seems like when you start a business, you start negotiating with yourself first.
Right.
You start looking at yourself and say, well, should I charge this much?
Right.
Can I get away? Can I do this or can I do that?
Right.
And the answer is yes, because you're worth it. Yeah. If you're giving value, stop thinking about what you're giving out as having a price toward it, or what I want to say, thinking about thinking about how someone else is thinking about how much you charge. You got to start thinking about what value that you're giving. If you know that you're giving out value, okay. If you're giving out value, that value by itself is comes with the cost.
Right. Okay. Value, and value can actually be used as another word. Another word for value can be quality of service.
Yeah.
Think about the quality of service that you're giving to your customers. Whether you're giving that quality of service through video, virtually, or you're giving it to them face to face, or a tangible product that they can hold.
Yeah.
So the issue, or not the issue, but the meat and potatoes of this video is to say that you guys need to step out of that fear and just get in front of people. Somebody asked me, I was talking to, I had a meeting the other day, and one of the ladies that I ran into, I used to work with her at Get Some Changes, and she was mentioning to one of the other female pastors, she said, you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Kiana can pray. She used to pray, like, for us at the salon, da-da-da. And I told her, I said, and so they asked her, they said something like, well, do you you can pray, you can do this. She's like, oh no, I'm scared, or something like that. I really don't remember exactly what words were used, but I said, believe it or not, when I get in front of people to teach, or when I get in front of the camera to talk, like, I'm nervous. I'm super nervous, but I do it afraid and I do it scared anyway, because I have to remind myself that God doesn't give us a spirit of fear. And so everything that I have done, I've done out of faith, not out of fear. Yeah. Faith that I know that He's going to bring me through. Faith that I know that He's going to, give me what He said that, He'll give me the desires of my heart. Yeah. So I did it through faith. So when you guys have ideas in your head, you have to say, okay, this idea that I have in my head, and just turn the video, like, write down 3 points. 3 points that you want to share with your idea. And then click that live button, click that TikTok button, click that YouTube button, and just start talking. Because the more you talk about that idea that you have in your head, the more information you're going to give. And then you're going to go back and look at the video and be like, oh man, that was good. Like, that was some good information. Whether it be a product that you're giving, whether it be, like, it doesn't matter what it is that you're doing, but make sure that you have the knowledge about what you're talking about. Don't just click the button and you don't know what you're talking about. Because people who know what you're talking about, they're going to know that you don't know what you're talking about. If that makes sense. And also, so make sure you know what you're talking about.
And also, you want to think of, when you're sharing, you're on assignment. Mm-hmm. You're on assignment from God. So when you're on assignment from God, remember that when you're sharing, you're giving out information, valuable information, whatever it is. You're not doing it just of yourself. Yeah. You're doing it because it's what God has given you to share. Right. And so if you hold it in and don't share it, then you do God a disservice. Lack of obedience. Yeah, you do God a disservice if you're not sharing it. If you want to hold it all in because you're afraid of what other people are going to think, you're afraid of what other people, how they're going to receive you. Right. You'll never be able to share what it is God placed inside you because you're always holding back, trying to hold on to it. Yeah, hold on to it and rethink about this, think about that. I'm like, well, maybe this, maybe that. What are they going to think? What are they going to think? Well, if you start looking at it and say, no, God is giving me this and I need to share it. Yeah. Just learning some more about what God is going to think and how He's going to look at you. Right. Because He's the one really that you have to go back to and say, listen, does He approve of what I'm saying? Does He approve of what I'm doing? Right. Does He approve of what I'm sharing? Right. He's the one you have to actually answer to. And when you start thinking of it that way, then you stop worrying so much about what other people are doing, because you know that you're walking in God's will and you're doing what God called you to do. You stop worrying about all the other stuff.
Right. And who cares? Like, well, I won't say who cares.
They care. People care.
Well, they do care, but I don't want to say who cares about what other people think, because, I mean, your flesh cares about what other people think. That's empathy and sympathy that you have. But what I want to say is that if God gave it to you, He's gonna walk you through it. And when you're not obedient to what it is that He's telling you to share to others, whether it be your product, your business, whether it be whatever your services, whatever it is that he has told you to share on your live pertaining to your business or on your social media platform pertaining to your business. When you don't do that, you're actually stopping the blessings that he has already put out for you. Like, I don't want to say you can only do so much, but with him you can do everything. Right. And so it's already laid out for you. Like the business loan, the space, and you know, I'm telling y'all, speaking from experience, you know, I'm letting y'all know, you know, things that you want to do in your business is already laid out for you. But he says you got to go get it by operating in your faith. Faith without work is dead. So how can I show these things to you, but you're not even showing me that you have enough faith, small as a mustard seed, to be able to step out and get rid of the fear, step out of the fear, move away from the fear, let the fear, you know what I'm saying, go back to where it came from and operate in what it is that I've called you to operate in.
Yeah, some things happen as you start moving.
Yes.
Things happen, some doors open as you start moving, as you start progressing.
Yes.
You know, when Jesus told the 10 lepers, when they came to him saying, have mercy upon me, that they wanted to be healed, he said, well, go show yourself to the priest, signifying that you were going to get your healing as you went. The scripture says, as they went, they saw they were healed, but they had to move by faith and start moving in the direction that he told them to go. Then as they went, they saw that they were healed. It's the same thing with you. As you go, some things don't happen until you start moving into the direction of where you're supposed to go, and then you start seeing things kind of fall into place as you go. And
it's funny that you said it, because I was just thinking, you said that doors start opening up as you move.
As you move.
The doors are already open. Spiritually, the doors are open. Naturally, you can't see it with your eyes. But when you start operating in the spirit, naturally, you're going to start seeing what he has already laid out for you spiritually.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And I'm not saying that he's not right with what he said, that, you know, when you start moving, you'll start seeing the door open. And that's true. When you start moving, you will start seeing the door open. But know that spiritually, the doors have already been opened for you.
But you didn't see it.
But you didn't see it naturally. So that business that you want to start, it's already laid out for you. Those people that you want, that team that you want to create, they're already waiting on you. Those products that you want to launch, those products and those vendors are sitting there waiting on you, but you can't see it naturally because spiritually you haven't tapped into what God already has for you. So stop sitting idly on your hands and stop allowing fear of the unknown. How can you be scared of something that you don't even know? You don't even know. It's fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown that's stopping you from doing what it is that you have been called to.
It's really fear of change.
Change, unknown change.
It's the fear of
unknown change. Yeah.
It's the fear of change because when we talk about unknown, what it is changing you, and you have to change.
You don't know.
Your mindset.
Yeah.
It's you that's changing first. Once you change your mindset, things change around you. Again, the opportunity has always been there. The opportunities have always been there, but you could not see it because your mindset was in a certain place.
Yeah.
But once you change your mindset, change the way you think about yourself, change the way you think about your God, change the way you think about your assignment, then you stop having this fear.
Right.
Because really, we talk about fear of the unknown. It really is the fear of change. It's the fear of change. It's the fear of changing. But the main thing is changing yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and because you always say, we always say, I talked about this on the video the other day, we always talk about how we want this to change over here, that to change, people to change, circumstances to change, people, lifestyle to change, whatever. But we never allow the change to start within us.
Yeah. It starts with you. It begins with you. Everything that you're dealing with as far as your personal life and your business life, it all starts with you. You have to make those things happen. You have to shake and bake. And I'm going to tell you guys, from experience, based on my own experience, the word execute weighed heavy on me starting in January. It was like, okay, you've been writing all these things down, Kiana. You've been putting all these things, you've been discussing all these things with your husband, y'all been having all these business meetings at the table, in the bed, in the office, like talking about all this stuff. When you gonna execute? When you gonna move? When are you gonna change? When are you going to stop saying, okay, now is the time? for me to invest in my business. Now is the time for me to purchase a course. Now is the time for me to invest in me. Now is the time for me to learn that skill or perfect that skill or that craft. Now is the time for me to build that website. When are you going to say, okay, now it's time? When are you going to execute all those thoughts and ideas that you have written down on that tablet? It's time to execute. It's time to stop walking in fear and execute. Get up and move. The only way you're going to be able to see the fruits of your labor is if you actually labor. That is the only way you're going to see the fruits of your labor. It says fruits of your labor, not fruits of his labor, their labor, fruits of your labor. So that means you have ownership of that. He's telling you, fruits of your labor. You will reap the benefits. You will reap the benefits from the fruits of your labor. So you have to labor in that. Labor means you have to work in it. Whatever it is for you. Whatever it is.
All right, so let's leave with 3 things.
Yeah.
3 things we want to leave, and then we're going to head out of here. The number one thing is, I want to share this, is that remember, it's not you, it's your assignment given by God.
Yeah.
So the first thing is do the assignment.
Yeah.
The assignment is from God. It's not, you didn't give it to yourself, let's be honest. You didn't give it to yourself.
Right.
Sometimes we take ownership of stuff so much because we feel like it's this or it's that, but you really didn't give it to yourself. It was an assignment.
Right.
Whatever you're proficient in, or whatever you're doing, it's an assignment.
Right.
Think of it as an assignment that if you don't do it, God sees that you don't do it.
Right.
He wanted you to do it. So number one, do the assignment.
Right.
All right?
Do
it. Do the assignment. All right? Number 2 is be proficient.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that God has placed aside of you that's going to share this value that you're sharing, be proficient in it. Don't be mediocre.
Right.
Don't be mediocre in what you're doing. Be proficient in it, because you want to make sure that you're providing this service or this service, this product or whatever. Be proficient in what it is. That means educate yourself about what you're sharing. Educate yourself about what you're doing. Make sure you know you can answer questions about your service, your product, whatever it is. Be proficient in it. I don't teach anything or share anything that I have not studied myself, taking the time out to go ahead and actually become proficient in what I'm sharing.
Yeah.
I don't get out there and start talking about stuff and I'm not proficient.
Yeah.
All right, so number 2 is be proficient.
And don't be mediocre. I tell you
don't be mediocre
all the time. If you operate in mediocrity, if you operate in that mediocre mindset, you're going to have a mediocre lifestyle. A mediocre husband, mediocre children, mediocre bank account, mediocre vacations, mediocre debt, mediocre, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, whatever you operate in, it's going to be mediocre.
You got to be an excellence. One thing I learned from my pastor is he did everything in an excellent fashion. The way we studied, the way we preached, the way we had service, the way we took care of the building, the church building, it had to be done in an excellent fashion.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to be proficient, be excellent.
Yeah.
Then don't do it at all. Don't mess with it. Don't leave it alone. Right. The mediocrity will not get you where you need to go. So you have this stigma that's attached to you that you're not good, you're not worth it. No, be proficient.
Right.
In what you're doing. Make sure that it is something that you're good at, because you've done the study, you've done you put the hours in. Whether it's at 5,000 hours, at 10,000 hours, we talk about, you put that stuff in somewhere that you know, hey, good. So if you know that it's assignment, you're doing the assignment, you know that you're being proficient.
Right.
All right. The third thing is to get over yourself.
Woo, that hurt. Ouch.
Get over yourself, because a lot of it is you getting in your own way. You get over yourself. Somebody you want to change, you want to fear the unknown, fear of change, whatever. It's getting over yourself.
Yeah. Get over yourself.
Get over. Who told you could not do it? And if they did say it, don't listen to them, because again, it's your assignment. You're proficient in it. Get over yourself. And sometimes getting over yourself means getting over the people who are speaking to you negatively.
Come on.
Because for some reason, you believe them instead of believing God,
right.
Instead of believing in yourself,
right.
Instead of believing in your own proficiency. When you get to the place in your life, you realize that you are valuable.
Yeah.
What you have to offer is valuable.
Right.
What God has given you to offer is valuable. You start worrying about what other people say as much.
Right.
Like, we're not going to say that you'll never consider it. We're not going to say, but you start worrying about it so much because you're walking in, again, your assignment, your proficiency. Again, get over yourself. Get over yourself.
And listen, and it be the people that talk the most, it's usually your family, the ones that's closest to you.
A prophet is not without honor, save in his own country. Meaning that if you are going out sharing, a lot of times, and I hate to say this, but a lot of times it's not the people that don't know you.
It's the ones that
it's
know
the ones that do you. They want that do know you. The ones who have been raised you, that they're looking at you a certain way, and they only see you in a tunnel vision eye.
They only see you a certain way.
And
they see you how you used to be. They see you how you used to talk, how you used to walk, how you used to do this, how you used to do that. They don't see you for what you have been called to do. But again, that's them seeing you in the natural. God sees you in the natural, and He also sees you in the spiritual. But He operates in the spirit for you, and so you have to be able to. You have to be able to separate yourself, sanctify yourself, separate yourself from those who have been talking negatively about you. And this is the thing. And this is the light of my spirit. They have been talking negatively about you to your face, and you know it, and you still hang around.
Yeah.
You have people in your circle right now that they talk negatively about you to your face. In your face. And it can be like and when I say, I don't mean like they're like, oh, you did. No. Like, you know how some people just have them little sly comments that they just kind of like roll in every now and then? And you know that you know what they're trying to say, but yet you still sit there and you continue to let them talk to you like that. Enough is enough.
Yeah, I'm done with them people.
Enough is enough.
Okay.
Separate yourself. Hold on before you get excited.
All right.
I'm
about to ready to go there.
Separate yourself from those people, even if it's your family.
Yeah.
Even separate yourself from them. Feed them with a very long stick. Operate with them differently. Oh, you act funny. No, I don't act funny. I just operate different around you. Oh, you think you just, yes, I do. And I just don't. I'm not acting funny. I don't fool with you like that.
Right.
And that is so okay for you not to fool with them anymore. Like, it's so okay. Because you have to, and I said this to a friend today, in order to protect your peace, you have to extend grace. So I'm going to extend grace and mercy onto you so I can protect my peace. And that's it.
Yeah. So you have to know, I'm here to tell you, no one else told you this before. I'm here to tell you today, we're here to tell you today, that there is an audience for your product, for your service. Yeah. There is an audience for you. Yeah. Okay? It doesn't matter where you come from, no matter what you've dealt with in the past. I'm here to tell you, there is an audience for you.
Everybody needs something.
It may not be your closest bubble.
Yeah.
The people that's in your bubble. Mm-hmm. But there is an audience for you. So there's a place where Jesus went, and when he preached outside of his own country, he had a multitude of people who were around him to hear him preach. A multitude of people who were there to see him heal folks and deliver folks and preach or whatever. But then he went to another part of the country, which was nothing but maybe 13 miles away, close to his home. They didn't want to receive him. So just in a span of 13 miles, you went from a multitude of people to people who don't want to listen to you. Yeah. You never know. Maybe your audience is 13 miles away. Maybe your audience is 6 miles away. Yeah. There's an audience for you, but they may not. Listen, your audience may not be on Facebook. Maybe they're on Instagram.
TikTok.
Your audience may not be on Instagram. Maybe they're on TikTok, or maybe they're on YouTube. Because remember, a lot of times when we're connected on Facebook, a lot of times we're connected to people that we already know. They already know us. They already connect to us some kind of way. They already have our, same
our warm market.
Our people that we, are already cool with.
Right.
But they're not. A lot of times, the people on the Facebook, they're not buyers. They're not your buyers. But you go to YouTube, maybe you go to Instagram, or maybe you go to TikTok, or maybe you go somewhere else. Just across the way. You may just be in the wrong location, and you just switch locations. And as soon as you switch locations, you'll see, wait a minute. So you telling me if I went down 6 miles this way, or 3 miles that way, or 10 miles that way, everything changes and opens up? Yes.
It does.
It does. Because there is an audience for you.
Yeah.
there is an audience for you. It just may not be who you used to.
Exactly. When I started offering teeth whitening services, I thought to myself, because I started taking took class in 2020 in March, right? And so I was like, okay, this is another class that I just want to add to my arsenal, another class that I want to offer. And I was like, this is going to be a great local, like my locals here in Houston, in Texas. My locals this is going to be a great way to just push teeth whitening out there for the locals. It's going to be great. I limited myself to just my local area. I have a total of 13 teeth whitening specialists certified through Marie L. Artistry in Chicago. In Chicago alone, 13. Because and this is why I say you cannot limit God. He is a limitless God. So if you just operate in that calling, if you operate in the assignment that He has given you, He's going to open up those doors. Yeah. Chicago was already open to me. Yeah. I just couldn't naturally see it with my eyes.
Because you're looking for it in this area.
Right.
I want to come right here. It's
and
like,
he said, no, like, I'm gonna take you further than local.
It's like the guy.
Not that I don't have those locally in Texas. Like I just have some in Chicago.
It's like when you want to date a person, and you want this person to like you like them, and you're not getting over here. But over here is a person that like you the way you want to be liked. But for some reason, you can't receive it from them.
Yeah.
It's that same concept. Like that? And I want all this that you give me over here from this person who ain't even considering you like that.
Yes.
Instead of receiving it from this person.
Yes.
And that's the thing. We have to again get over yourself.
Yeah.
You got to shift your mindset and get over yourself, because there's an audience for you.
Yeah.
There are people who have been assigned to you and for you, but it just may not be the people you used to seeing. Mm-hmm. So you got to get over yourself. Get out of that fear. All right.
So I want to thank you guys for joining us on this live. We have, for those of you who, and I'm gonna let you finish up. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna let you finish up. So for those of you who are beauty professionals and you're looking to elevate your clientele, take your clientele to another level, you're looking to enhance your skills as far as an esthetician. If you're a barber, a cosmetologist, or if you're an esthetician, either you're a student or if you're in school, and you want to take it to a whole nother level. You forgot how to use your modalities. You forgot how to touch the skin. You don't remember how to do your manipulations, things of that nature. We have an aesthetic fundamental skills program or skills course that you can take at an introductory price of $5.99. You're going to know how to master consultation, master your face mapping. You're going to learn how to master the art of giving a facial and recognizing those skin conditions and skin concerns. We're going to help you with branding, marketing, networking, things of that nature. You're also going to get a 1 month free mentorship with this course once you sign up for the 12-month mentorship program after this course. So that's a lot of things, of course, and an SD souvenir as well. So there's a lot of information that you guys can get. So if you know someone who is in the beauty industry, who's wanting to tap into their skincare business, who's wanting to open up a spa, or just, want to get back and you took your written, you didn't take your practical, you need help with that, or you took your written and your practical and you've been sitting on your license for 2-3 years, it's time for you to stop operating in fear and it's time for you to stop operating in fear and start operating in the assignment that you have and the gifts that you have. So we will also be Marie L. Artistry as well as Queen Divine Aesthetics and at Mellow Looks. We'll be in Vegas June 21st. We have our SD Soiree. So if you're going to be in Vegas that day, meet with us. It is a free event to attend. Click the link in my bio, register, come out, meet with other like-minded individuals, and just network. Get yourself out there and network. That's what I got.
All right.
Oh!
Go ahead.
Last thing I want to say. So you guys know, those of you who follow me and follow my husband, so we have secured the location for Marie L. Artistry.
Yeah.
Super excited about that.
Yes.
With the prayers and help of my husband, we have secured the location, and the grand opening will be July the 7th, 7/11. So save the date.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Sunday. It's going to be at the church.
Sunday?
Yes, Sunday at the church.
Sundays is for church.
Yeah, Sundays is
That's
for
the
church.
Lord's Day.
And celebration, and we're going to be celebrating the Lord on that day.
That's the Lord.
So, save the date.
Sundays for church.
Go ahead.
Anyway, yes, so please come out and support. We're grateful. I'm so excited that my wife, man, the whole finding a location is a testimony all in itself. We'll have to do that on another video.
Yes.
Hey, but look, if you are interested in knowing more, learning more about how to start in entrepreneurship journey, be successful entrepreneurship. The way I approach it, I have a course that I call Entrepreneurship is Ministry. Okay, and because that's the way we believe it as when we progress it. Because again, it has to be an assignment. I can't just do this. You can't just do it on your own. I don't believe. I believe that whatever we're doing it's an assignment. So I have the course Entrepreneurship is Ministry for you that's available, and I will put that link inside of this after we're done. I'll go back and put the link to that course inside of here. In that course, you learn, of course, about entrepreneurship. We teach heavily on that, how that relates to your ministry. We're also going to deal with marketing concepts to help you market your business. It's going to be inside of there. I'm also going to deal with sales funnels and automation. I put all that inside there so you'll know how that looks for you, because right now, because a lot of things we're doing now is still online. You need to know how to use sales funnel, the mindset, the concept, the process of that is. I have that inside of there. I'm also dealing with customer service, how customer service looks in 2021 and beyond, because things have changed when it comes to customer service, different COVID-19 issues and stuff like that. I put all of that in there, and I also have inside of all that, I also have a marketing plan that I present to you, a 90-day marketing plan that I present to you that will boost your business in 90 days. If you follow this plan, you will boost your business, and no matter what the business is.
I'm following it.
It'll boost your business in 90 days. All right? So be on the lookout for that. After we finish this, I will put that link inside of there so you can go to that course and get started.
Exactly.
All right?
So as always, I'm Kiana Robinson, your SD Bestie, your Empowered Boss.
Julian Robinson, your Empowered Pastor.
And as always, you guys, be empowered.